Format of my daily vlogs. I share my exercise, answer questions from previous vlogs, and then I'll talk about whatever topic that I want to talk about for the day. So feel free to use the timestamps below as you see fit. Exercise of the day. Today is day number 9 of my calendar club challenge. So I went out on a 9-mile run this morning. Gonna throw the map up here, splits up here. Legs are feeling good, body's feeling good, mind is feeling fresh, and overall, I just feel great. And today was more of a go as you feel type of pace. I looked back at my pace after the run, and I guess I was averaging 9:02 per mile. And that's not terribly fast for me, though it might come back to bite me in the butt later on in a few days or in a few weeks. So I will be slowing it down just a tad, aiming for about 9:30 to 9:45 per mile. And after my run, just got done with some bodyweight pull-ups, ended up doing bodyweight times 10 sets of 15 reps per set. And those pull-ups are still a little easy. I think I might need to up the rep range, but I'm scared to up the rep range because I have so much going on in terms of running. So I'll probably stay within that 15 rep range and then just do 8 to 10 sets per day so that I can catch up a little bit on my pull-ups for the year. Let's get to some questions. First question comes from Time Trial Running. He asked, are there any running trails up there and have you been on them? Yes, there are a ton of running trails by me. I actually live next to a state park, Mount Diablo State Park, which is 3 or 4 miles that way. And I go on them every once in a while, though it's not very often. To be honest with you, I love running around the lake and park by my house. It's a 1.4 mile loop, and if I want to do the bigger loop, it's 2 miles. And I really like how my house serves as an aid station. So if I need to come back to use the restroom, or if I need to come back on the long runs to refill, it's right there. Ayo Case, as vacations aside, do you think we need to adopt breaks in our schedules? Just like with a lot of the answers to a lot of the questions that are asked to me, I think it really depends on the person. You know yourself the best. Personally, I do adopt breaks in my own schedule. For example, I can usually go pretty hard for about 7 to 10 days, but after the 7 to 10 days, I really need a half a day break. Usually for me, that comes on a Saturday on a UFC fight, and I just relax. I don't do nothing that day, but I take that half day as a break. Joshua says that you tend to walk on the street and not the sidewalks. In regards to me filming with my Canon M50 on my walk and talk portion of the vlogs. And then he asks, is this because you've gotten used to it from your running? Actually, the big reason why I walk on the street and not the sidewalk is because the sidewalk tends to have a little bit of a shadow. So I'm afraid that if I go from sun, shadow, sun, it's going to mess up my clip and it's going to look a little bit ugly. Achilles Financial asks, what is the #1 place that you wish to visit and what is the #1 place that you have visited? The #1 place that I wish to visit if budget wasn't an issue would have to be Croatia. I've seen the YouTube videos, I've seen the pictures, and it just looks so beautiful. I always, however, end up choosing Southeast Asia, especially when friends want to go travel abroad, because I get the most bang for my buck, so I always go back to Southeast Asia. The #1 place that I have visited would have to be Busan, South Korea. It is so beautiful, the food is so good, everyone is so friendly, and if you've never had manju are these breaded pastry balls with custard in them. So good. Go Kiwi asks, if you take us along with you on your run, could you put the GoPro on a strap around your head and carry the phone so that you have one hand free? What do you all think? I've really been thinking about the logistics of how to have it all work out when I take you all on a run with me. Would you rather have a GoPro strapped to my head and then you can't see me? Or would you rather have the GoPro pointed at me so that you can't see me? Because either way, I'm gonna have to have my phone in my hand so that I can respond. Let me know what you all think. Trying something new out with the glasses. Let me know if you like it. If not, I won't use them in future walk and talks. Plus, they are fake Ray-Bans. I got them for like 20 bucks, but you can't really tell from afar. And today, I actually went in and got an in-body scan, which is similar to the DEXA scan, where it measures your body fat, your visceral fat. It gives you statistics on each of your limbs, your torso, everything like that. And right now, I am currently at 9.3% body fat. And a few years ago, I really stopped putting an emphasis on body fat. Because when I first started this fitness journey, in 2014, 2015, I put a lot of emphasis on body fat, and times have changed. It wasn't until about 2 or so years ago that I realized body fat to me is not that important. Like, I still care to be fit in terms of my overall health, but nowadays a lot of it is on performance. Like, I would much rather be a better jiu-jitsu player than to be super shredded. And that's why I put or took out a lot of emphasis on being super lean. And I know right now I am at that stage of being pretty lean, though if I had to give some advice, if you want my advice, would be to not put as much emphasis on body fat. Because one, if you put too much emphasis on it, it really messes with your mind. And if you try to get down to those super shredded levels, yes, you may be shredded, but one, it's not necessarily healthy for you to be that shredded, especially year round. Your body needs fat in order to perform daily activities, for you to go on living. Your body needs fat, it's essential. And the big thing is that it might not necessarily be good for your body or your overall health, but even more important, it might not be good for your mental health. And this was my experience, at least, that I cared so much about being lean all the time that when I wasn't lean, it was like, oh, like, you're fat. Even though I really wasn't. When I would be at like 12% body fat or 13% body fat, literally when I'm looking in the mirror, I'm like, dude, you're overweight. You gotta get shredded. Because as far as my experience, once you get to that certain level of being diced, being shredded, anything after that, you're quote unquote fat. And that's not good for mental health, because I realized even though I'm not fat, I think I'm fat, and even though I try to tell myself, you're not fat, it's all in your head, I still think I'm fat. It makes no sense. It's not good for your head. It's not good for your mental health. So please, I implore you all, especially the ones on this fitness journey, please don't put so much emphasis on body fat. But also, don't be the other extreme as well. Don't be like, I don't care about body fat. I am going to get super thick and be at 25%, 30%, 40%, 50% body fat. That's not healthy for you either. But what I'm saying is, or what I'm trying to say is, don't put too much emphasis on it, getting to that lower body fat. Because really, it's only you that cares about that number or to look that diced. Because I can guarantee you, most people around you, they don't care about what body fat you're at. They don't care if you have an extra 10 pounds on. If you are like pretty in shape, right? Like for me, right now I weigh 133 pounds. When I get up to that 140, 145, I'm still in decent shape. Though when I look at the mirror, I'm like, oh man, I'm fat. When I'm at the beach, I'm like, oh, I don't want to take off my shirt. But in actuality, like, no one cares. It's all in your own head. And I really just want to get this message out because I've dealt with that, and I still continue to deal with body image issues, believe it or not. And that is one of the heavy prices that you pay, that I've paid because I've gotten so fit, is that when I look in the mirror, and it's gotten better over time, trust me, it's gotten better over time, though I just want to be honest with you, I know I am fit, though when I look in the mirror, it's like anything like heavier than 137, 130, I'm like, oh, dude, you better start cutting. And I have that bird's eye view though, but that's not enough, because I still have these body image issues and I don't know how to get rid of it. All I know is how to mediate it to make it better over time, because it's gotten better over time. And that's why I don't track all my macros all the time. I don't weigh every piece of lettuce now, because in the grand scheme of things, that stuff doesn't matter. And again, I put a lot more emphasis on performance, but I know for a long time that performance, I didn't care about that, and I just wanted to be diced. I wanted to be shredded, and I just look back on it and it's just a really unhealthy way of thinking. It's not good for your mental health. And again, this is just more of like a rant, but I'm still dealing with that stuff today, to be honest with you. Even though I know that I am still fit, and 1,000 people, 1 million people can tell me, Vince, you're fit, you're fit. And I know I am, though when I look in the mirror for some reason, it's like, bah. But anyways, I just want to stop talking about me, because I feel like that's all I've been doing. It's been 7.5 minutes of that so far. So please do not put so much emphasis on body fat. It's not that important. Just get to a healthy level for you. For men, it's right around 12 to 15%. For women, it's a little bit higher. I'm not sure the actual percentages, but just get to a healthy body fat range. Because again, if you're too heavy on the other side, it can be very detrimental to your health. And put more emphasis on how you feel. A lot of it is feeling. The better that you feel inside, you'll thank yourself. So that is my message of the day.